Hi, I'm Mrs. Foster from Wrexham. I've been a fan for 4 years and you're watching That Wrexham Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrexham Podcast. Today we've given Fozzy the day off and I've got a new co-host today, Steven Fletcher. Is this your first time co-hosting?
It is, yeah. Thanks for having me.
How you feeling?
I'm looking forward to it. Got a good guest for my first guest.
And our first guest is the Karaoke King himself, Billy Waters. Welcome, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And anyway, let's get into it. We the first day at Wrexham when you signed. Talk to us about it.
Well, as you know, obviously, I've come into the dressing room. I'm meeting the lads, and then Rory Watson's come in and gone, signing Ben Foster, and I'm like, of all the days to kill my limelight. And obviously Foz has come in. They've sat him down next to me, and the amount of lads that were sort of coming up and seeing Fozzy and going straight to him, like, "Hi mate, I'm so and so," and then he'd be like, "Nice to meet you, guys," and then they'd walk off and then turn around and go, "Oh, sorry mate, you right?" And I was like, just a second thought.
Because we travelled in together. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
but
yeah,
your first day, and I'm thinking, it'd be great to integrate into the lads. And literally, it was as if he didn't exist.
Basically thought Fozzy brought his cameraman with him.
Yeah, essentially.
Basically, yeah. They thought you would just be like,
everyone's like, "Who is he?"
Behind him.
Yeah, and then he's obviously come straight into breakfast and straight away GoPro was out on it because you were finding him.
Yeah. It's first day, yeah. Had to lay the law there.
But yeah, literally, I mean, it couldn't have been a worse start in terms of just getting outshone, basically. Yeah. You know, that was my moment.
But how did the move actually come about?
So the year before, I'd been at Halifax, and my manager there, Pete Wild, was going to Barrow, and it was pretty much all sorted. And then my agent rang me saying, Wrexham are interested. The gaffer wants to speak to you. So I spoke to the gaffer on the phone and just sort of said, look, I've had a year back, loving my football again, and it's I can't see me playing at Wrexham because you had Mulls, you had Paz, and he basically said, gave me the whole, if you play well, you keep your shirt. But I was just thinking, it's just not right. So I ended up joining Pete at Barrow in League Two, and then I can't remember. I think it was like March time, and my agent rang me and just said, look, I've had Wrexham on the phone again. They're looking at you. So I'm thinking again, what, for summer? And he was like, no, for now.
So you joined that late into the season?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So basically, Mulls, I think, was struggling with his knee.
Yeah.
And they basically said, like, if Mulls can't play, we've got no backup. So they needed backup for sort of the 8 games just to get them over the line. So it was one of them where, obviously, I'd spoken to you. It seemed like a fantastic club from the outset, the experiences, because it wasn't easy to turn down the summer before. So it was just mad how it came back round, and great decision to.
So then you've got your kind of big move to Wrexham.
Well,
and then
yeah, because
Fozzy's kind of killed it a wee bit for you.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But obviously, like I just said, look, we all know in football, sort of the size of the club, money dictates it as well, and it was a deal, 2.5 years essentially. I just couldn't turn it down. So, but it happened like that, 24 hours.
I think you were very, very unlucky, and that's not just me saying that. Like, you've come on last game of the season, Torquay away.
Yeah,
Offside,
scored. Legal goal.
Which,
it was actually a legal goal.
It wasn't offside, which I think.
Yeah.
For someone like him coming in and trying to start his career off, and also we've
make
got
an impact as well.
Exactly, you'd know more as a striker, and then obviously the pre-season as well. I don't know if you want to delve into that.
Yeah, well, I think, to be honest, like my agent, when I first came in, it was just a case of being a good lad, knowing that I probably wasn't going to play, obviously only if Mulls got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I had a free hit at it. Every day I was coming in, enjoying training well. And it was the last game of the season that the gaffer said, by this point we'd been promoted, and the gaffer said, look, I'm gonna put you on the bench today and get you some minutes, out of, because I think you've been brilliant since you've come in, your attitude and how you've trained. I remember like lads coming up to me like congratulating me for being on the bench, and I'm thinking, I'm on the bench in the National League. Like.
To be fair, right, there was only 5 subs in the National League.
Right.
And
one of them was
obviously
a keeper.
You've probably got about 7 lads missing out on that because I think we all went down.
We'd flown down, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Final, this last game of the season.
This was last game of
And
the
you're
season.
getting congratulated for
literally. Like,
cheers for that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cheers. So then in the summer, like my agent rang me and just said, "How's it been?" And he said, "Look, I spoke to the gaffer, and he actually thinks you're better than what he thought you were sort of going to be."
Cheers, Phil.
So I'm like, good.
Good start.
And he was like, you're part of his plans for going into next year. So I was like, brilliant. Pre-season comes about and just came back in fit, raring to go. And obviously Moles did his ribs against Man United. So I've come on, thought I did well. And I'm sort of going into the season.
I think you did more than well in that game. You were brilliant.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're not going to say that, but you were the best player on the pitch.
Yeah. So I was confident, and obviously going into that first game, that was a shocker, wasn't it? MK Dons at home.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was like I got dropped for the next game. I think the majority of us did because it was Carabao Cup, and Bickers did well, and then all of a sudden it was like. I just dropped off it. It was like it just came from nowhere.
Was that when there was a squad as well, or not? Did a squad have to be announced?
No, do you remember? Because it was, I can't remember who it was. Might have been Crawley away. And me and you drove in together. How bad's it? Me and Toze drove in together. And then Gaffers pulled me in and just said, "Look, I'm going to take Bickers. I can't take you. There's not enough room on the plane. You're not going to be in the squad."
All you're thinking is, how am I getting home?
How am I getting home? So I'm like,
by the way,
has anyone else not made the squad that lives around Nantwich? So I ended up having to get a taxi back, and that was quite
nice,
humbling.
Yeah. Can I pay for that or that?
No.
Out your own pocket.
That's why you're back here today.
If you don't know, Billy's tight as cramp as well, so that hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
That probably hurt more than the gaffer telling you on in the
Yeah,
squad.
I wasn't bothered about not making squad. It was just how I'm getting home. But then, following on from those weeks, I mean, the gaffer was speaking to me and, saying, "You're there or thereabouts." I was sort of coming on in games and not really making an impact. You need a run, don't you? You want to get yourself going.
Right.
And I remember my agent ringing me, because obviously this is still in August, and just saying, "Look, do you want to get out?" And I just said, "No, I'm confident I'll get back in." Like, I had a good pre-season. And then it was deadline day, and I think we had Tranmere away the next day, and I was in the squad list. And then I had a missed call from the gaffer about 3:00, and so I rang him back, and he just said, "How do you fancy Bromley on loan?" And I'm thinking, where's that come from? Like,
From nowhere.
Because obviously we were meant to be getting another striker in. And then I just basically said no, because obviously it was National League. And then I think we went to Tranmere, and the gaffer sort of pulled me and said, "It's a good thing that you didn't go, because that deal's fallen through." So I'm like, okay. And then we had a checker trade game on the Tuesday, and I thought I did well. So then we've come in on the Thursday, and Aide's come in and said, "Oh, Bill, Gaffer wants to see you." I honestly thought we were going to go through my clips or something from the Tuesday night. Like,
I've done
here's
well
what you done. Here's
go.
what you did well. Here's what you did well. And just basically went in, and he just said, "Bill, sorry, you've not made the 22-man
I've told your
squad."
agent, you're not as good as I thought you were.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. But he was like, "No, you're not making the 22-man squad, unfortunately." And I was like, "What?" And then I came down, and who did I see?
Yeah, sorry.
And they sat him next to me as well. So,
Fletch?
What a way to rub it in as well.
But I mean, I'll take you back to that season. Yeah,
And then
the 8-game season. How good of a character is he in the dressing room?
He's brilliant. I know he says that obviously they sat me next to him, but it was the best decision that they made. I loved him. I used to come in every morning and get a hug off him every morning. So
yeah.
But we got promoted, and we went out on the Sunday, as you do. We go into the Fat Ball.
Yeah.
Go to the Fat Ball, and Bill, you didn't come, did you? You didn't want to come.
I didn't want to. I didn't, because obviously I'd felt part of it, but you know what it's like when you've not played.
Was this the first promotion from the National League? Yeah.
And obviously I'd only been there 8 games, and I'd not contributed in any games with the promotion.
Right.
So it's difficult. I can't fake anything in life. Like, so obviously I was buzzing for the boys and the club, but I didn't feel like I'd contribute. So I didn't want to be front and centre, like champion and all that.
But like me knowing what Bill's like, because we played together at Cheltenham as well. Like, he's a great lad, and you know that the lads would buzz off
the
him,
energy
feed
brings
off him,
in,
and no one really got to see you, did they?
No.
And then then we go off to Vegas, and then it's kind of, you probably didn't even feel welcome then. Not welcome, but
Yeah,
so much a part of it.
yeah. I think Vegas was good because obviously everyone's drinking and everyone's chilled out. You know,
A bit more casual.
yeah.
everyone lets
So
on.
it's like that. You know, my character came out a lot more there because like we've all been in dressing rooms where you've got somebody who's hasn't played a minute and they're
No, of
chirpy
course,
as anything, and you're just thinking, settle down a little
Yeah,
bit.
so
So it was quite hard to get that balance
No,
of
course, aye.
being a good lad but not being too much where. So yeah, but Vegas was perfect. It came at the best time really in terms of integrating yourself into the group.
These things do help though, don't they? It's like
Yeah.
almost like pre-season. When you go away pre-season, you're away
Yeah.
with each other for like 2 or 3 weeks. The new lads kind of fit and you get a night out over there.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of see the real characters come out.
Absolutely, yeah.
A night out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a night
And
out
more-
always
and more.
helps. And more, yeah. Well, Vegas is a wee bit different. It's a bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What-
So
What are your thoughts on memories on Vegas?
just brilliant, yeah. Just so good. I mean, I went to Vegas when I was like 22 on a stag do, which was expensive, but I remember being over there at 22 thinking, oh, we're in VIP here, but not really loving it because I knew how much money we'd spent, and
Yeah.
I was thinking I could be having just as good a time somewhere in Greece or something like that. But obviously when we went over, it was just treated like kings,
It's
and
mad, isn't it?
it was just crazy. Yeah, mental.
And what about rooming with my mate who's not here today, Fozzy?
Well, like, Foz was meant to have his own room, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be with Fads, and then obviously he didn't end up coming. So I remember arriving and saying to you, like, you gave me my room key. And so I was like, what, am I on my own then? And you were just like, must be. So then I've obviously scanned the key card, walked in, and Foz is there, like, unpacking. So I've sort of, like, looked back
Sorry,
at the
wrong
door,
room.
like, all right, Foz, like, I think this is my... I thought you had your own... He was like, I don't know, geez. Get in, come in. And he's probably thinking, do you know what I mean? But no, it was brilliant rooming with Foz. He was just so chilled, like just so chilled. But I remember, like, because I was a massive Man United fan, sort of growing up, and I mean, we went straight down to the bar, and as soon as we arrived, he was like, "Come on, we'll go down to the bar," and I wanted to sort of hold my own and not come across like,
Yeah,
listen, I
cool.
can pay my way. So obviously the drinks, I think we ordered 2 margaritas and 2 shots of tequila. And he's like, I'll get these. I was like, no, I'll get them. And I insisted. Come to like $90-odd. And I'm
that
thinking,
nearly ruined your trip.
budget's gone for the
Nearly
week.
ruined your trip.
Slide a receipt over to Foz. Like, yeah, you
Foz, actually, are you right to send me? And the worst
just
thing
put us
is,
to the
like,
room?
we were literally leaving straight away.
Put us to the
Put
room.
us to the room,
yeah. What room number were we? Get a sticker on that. But yeah, I mean, we were literally straight off, so I'm thinking we haven't got a chance for a second round here, which would have been his.
You're basically saying Foz owes you a drink.
Foz owes me a drink, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But no, he was brilliant. I mean, I remember I came in at like 6 a.m. It was after, what was the outside club place called? Can't remember it.
Can't remember, yeah.
But I basically got back in at 6
Chase.
o'clock, and the whole week I'm thinking, don't ask him anything about United because he
Yeah.
probably gets it all the time, and I didn't want to come across like that. But I remember like lying in bed, and I'm like obviously still drunk,
Half
but
cut, yeah.
like I'm sort of falling asleep, and then I sort of remember like looking up, and Foz was sort of like leant up in bed, like just on his phone. And I remember going like, Foz, can I ask you a personal question? And he's gone, yeah, mate, yeah, of course, what? And I've just gone, what was Fergie like?
Well,
And he-
or half
Mate,
asleep.
he's probably thinking I'm going to ask about his family or something like that. What's Fergie like? And then he started going off, and I'm thinking, oh, that's plenty now. Because I'm still half cut and want to go back to sleep. So
Oh, brilliant.
it was, but no,
Did he start going for his career then?
I can't remember. I just remember thinking like, I can't keep my eyes open there, and I must have just drifted off again. But
So eminent.
As you to
Can I ask you a personal question?
Personal question.
what's Fergie like? But yeah, it was great to room with.
I've introduced you, by the way, as the Karaoke King. Do you remember that last night?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. We were just because I'd basically in Vegas, I'd
Obviously.
always go back to the room at about 6 till 8
No.
and have like a little kit
Yeah.
because obviously I thought
yourself
I don't want to
together.
blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the final night, and then what was it? You, Foz, and Chomp
Chomp.
all come in.
Mm-hmm.
The oldies, and they're like, "Get up, come on, we're going."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, boys,
Do my tactical
listen,
sleep.
I know
Yeah.
how to do this.
Yeah.
Just shut up."
Done this when I was
Done this
22.
before.
I've done this
I've
the
been-
last 2 nights.
I've been here before. And I ended up getting up, and then we went down to the bar lobby, didn't we? And we were having a few drinks. I probably bought them again. And then what was it? It was just like this guitarist. It was a bit random, wasn't it?
I've got a video of this.
Yeah, but it was like a guitar. He was doing guitar, but just like.
So you're in Vegas.
Just one of the bars in the hotel. Just got like a little live guy just singing away.
This guy, right? You're in Vegas, and you imagine everything to be like amazing and wow.
Yeah.
You've got this must be 70-year-old bloke who's trying to be Elvis still or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's got the most amateur production there. And he gets up and goes, mate, can you play, was it All Small Things?
He was quite rocky though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It was very,
So it was something like that, yeah.
And you just got up.
He just got up and started singing.
I said, give me the mic, and I'll do it with you. And he was like, because obviously, again, drunk. And but it went off all right, didn't it?
It was classic.
Go down well.
But the videos, like, they're recording me like this, and you see me, and I'm like performing. And then when it pans over, there were literally just these two women
no one
just
there.
like sat down like that.
Am I not right in saying you wrote a song?
Oh, yeah. Sticky and Mickey. Down at that.
Go on.
That was America the second. No, I wrote a song like years ago just because a bunch of my mates were going to Mick and us. So I just wrote like a little spoof song called Sticky and Mickey. And I'm
sure we were singing it on one of the pre-seasons.
So we went on a pre-season to America, and on the final night we had a bit of a night out in Canada. And had I already played it for you?
I think you'd played. I'd heard it.
Yeah.
And then we put it on. Did we not put it in the car?
Fletcher's ordered this big SUV Chevrolet Uber, and like we've all got in, and Fletcher's gone, get it on. That's like got
I plugged it in the guy's USB thing, and next minute his song's going through the car, blaring. And we're driving around the street, and he's just.
I think Rich and Owen were in the car. They were having it, yeah. So
we got Sticky and Mickey.
I've never heard this song.
Have you never heard it?
No.
It's a good song.
Is it?
I think if he released it, it's getting up there. It's getting up the charts.
I need to listen to this.
Yeah, obviously the whole song's a joke. It's not me like because I'm like half rapping in it.
Is there any way we could put a clip of this out or not?
Yeah.
There's a few different genres within the song. The song, do you know what I mean?
It's got to be
layered
instruments.
Yeah. No, it's like a I don't know, like how would you describe it? It's a different sort of.
I don't think I can describe it.
It's more like I don't know.
ChatGPT would struggle to describe this.
It was quite. Yeah, I'll play it for you later.
Yeah, we'll get it up. We'll get it up.
How have you found it? Because obviously, how many clubs you had?
Jeepers. I think Oltie's my 12th.
I'll tell you now, you've had 14 clubs.
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Mate. You've been about
14 clubs, yeah. And like,
wow.
How do you find it settling into a new dressing room? Apart from the obvious awkward one.
It's like it's never enjoyable. I don't think. Like I think any time you go into a new dressing room, it's difficult because you want to go in and show your character to a degree, but not be too much too soon.
I think you are like in any change room can just walk in and just.
No.
From what I've experienced from you, I think you could come into any dressing room I've been in.
Really?
And be absolutely sweet, just the way you are.
Oh, I appreciate that. But it's like, I mean, the best thing about it is, you go to different clubs and then you meet so many different lads, and you sort of, grow up a little bit, and you're like, right, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think we can all agree that the dressing room at Wrexham's right up there and one of the best I've ever been in. It was just class.
When you go to a club then, so just tell us about where they put you up, or you have to put yourself up, or whatever.
What, in terms of accommodation and stuff? Yeah, so obviously, I mean, the best thing that happened to me was when I got released from crew at 20 and then living away from home for the first time. And
where was that?
Cheltenham.
Yeah.
And obviously I was in the chairman's flat. It
On
was
your
brilliant.
own, or?
No, 3 other lads.
Yeah.
So it was carnage, especially 4 lads living away from home for the first time. But it was unbelievable. Like, I absolutely loved it. And then I sort of, I was so used to just living away from home. I rarely went home on days off either, because I had nothing to go back for. Like, I didn't really have a missus at the time or anything like that. But it just reached a point. I mean, I remember, so I was at Northampton. I'd been on loan at Newport. This was a year that the season got cut short because of COVID.
Right.
And I really wasn't enjoying it at Newport. So I said to my now fiance Sarah, like, I'm not living away from home again. I'm not doing it. So I came back, obviously, through COVID. And
So you were living in your flat in COVID, or
no,
you
so
came
I
home?
went home because obviously at the time we didn't live together, me and Sarah. So I went to back into mum and dad's, and it was class. To be fair, like we had a great time. And then obviously the seasons started coming back, and I still didn't have a club. And I was thinking, obviously, I said I'm not moving away again, and ended up signing for Torquay, which was the other end of the.
And what was the accommodation like there?
It was class. That was like a holiday home. And
The club put you up, or you have to
yeah,
source it
no,
yourself?
the club put me up. So I wasn't on great money, but Gary Johnson just said, look,
Accommodation
I sort you
paid
out
for
with a
it.
nice place. So he did, to be fair.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much ours for the year.
And was that on your own in a?
No, I live with another one of my good mates now, Armani Little, and we had a class time. But you know when you say about meeting new lads and
Yeah.
that, I mean the first time I met Marnes, couldn't stand him, like in the dressing room, and then obviously we had to live together.
I've got a few close mates like that now.
Yeah.
When I first met them in the change room, I was like, nah, he's
Nah,
not my cup of tea.
yeah.
And then 6 months later, he's probably one of the closest boys.
Yeah.
Out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I've got
he's
friends now
one of
away
my
from
best
football,
mates
it's the
now,
same.
yeah. So, I mean, but had we never lived together, we'd have never had that relationship. But yeah, I mean, after Torquay, I just said, I'm not living away from home again. No chance.
For the second time.
For the second time, but then I actually stuck to my guns this time.
So obviously, when you came here, you got to move back home and be
Yeah.
back home.
Yeah, so I lived at home when I signed at Halifax, Barrow, and then here. So I've been.
Would
you
that
know,
be
fortunate.
a decision on the club you would pick just because it was closer to home?
Not massively. I mean, yeah, actually, probably. I mean, because I think the thing that I realised about living away from home for all those years is like, it got to a point where I wasn't happy off the pitch.
Yes.
You know, you're finishing training, you're going home, you're in a hotel for 1:30.
You've got nothing to do.
You got
for the rest
nothing
of
to
the
do
day.
for the rest of the day, and you're just thinking the whole reason I'm down here is for football,
Mhm.
especially if you're not playing. So I just thought, well, if I move home and I can be happy off the pitch, you're going to be better on
It's going to help
on
on
the
the
pitch.
pitch as well, yeah.
So things like that, you know, go a long way, I think. Well, it did for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was there anything when you came back to Wrexham? Was there anything that surprised you about the club, or was there expectation?
Yeah, probably just how, you know, obviously the professionalism was there, but I thought it was going to be more strict, and it was quite chilled, which I loved, because the job was getting done. The boys were flying, but it was just, you know, when you're working, you're working.
It's just Toze, it was strict, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you had to have an enforcer like
No,
that
you did,
because
yeah.
you've still got a, you know,
There was
you
a
can't
great
let-
balance, wasn't there, in that
Yeah.
changing room of having people like the daft ones like me and you,
Yeah,
and then having Toze there just to be like,
yeah, yeah.
But
But
you were right. You helped me.
yeah, no.
You
I was
were
that wee
actually-
guy in between, wasn't I?
Yeah. You were actually probably the only one that was actually good for pulling people up.
Yeah. It's because I used to slag Billy until then when he started slagging me back, I'm like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. Be careful.
yeah.
Yeah, but then you two, you had a bit of a ding dong, didn't you?
Oh, the
Was it?
tiff.
No.
Not a
Billy
thing, though.
spat the dummy on. Right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to explain this, right?
Yeah.
So we used
Yeah,
to
you
like
can.
prank each other. Like there was about 5 or 6 of us that used to
It was
prank each other
happening daily, wasn't it?
daily.
Really
But
silly.
But no one
just-
would ever. I wouldn't really get involved.
No,
I would
you
be the
wouldn't.
kind of. They would come to me to say, "Fletch, I've been pranked again."
It
like,
was so
I
childish.
was kind of like
So
the referee,
childish.
right?
It was such bad banter that it
Bad.
was funny.
I was a referee. Basically, that's what I felt like.
Yeah.
And then one day, Billy came for me from nowhere, and no one had ever come for me before.
What did he do?
He,
Right.
I got a box delivered. I can't remember what it was. I think it was boots or something. I got a box delivered, right?
You get
And
deliveries every day. Though,
I
in
did get
fairness.
deliveries every day, and I opened the box. No, I even opened the box.
No,
yet.
you just
I didn't
went
open
up
the
to
box. Yet. I just stuck it to the side. I thought I'll get that later. So I go out in the physio room, doing my stuff. I come back in, and there's something written on my box in black marker, and I can't even. It was that bad. I can't even say it out loud, right? I can't even tell you what it said. But put it this way. It got to me, and I
Yeah,
thought, right,
It did.
right, I'm gonna have to do something. Here. I'm gonna
He
have to do
retaliated.
something. So I retaliated, and the way I retaliated was I thought, how can I annoy him enough where he won't do it again, but it's not, which I thought it's not gonna break our relationship, right?
Not
Right?
completely.
Not completely. It's just gonna annoy him enough where he's like, I'm not pranking Fletch again because that's too much.
course.
So I thought about taking his car to Glasgow to start with. I was going to Glasgow.
So was this a weekend off or?
No, after the game I was going home.
Right,
I knew
yeah.
I was always going
You
home.
were injured, weren't you? No, you were injured that
Was I?
weekend.
Was
Yeah.
it? Right,
He
so,
knows.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knows.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He knew everything. So I was like, right, I'm going home after the game. So I thought, do I take his car back to Glasgow?
It wouldn't have made it.
If I take his, that's one of the main. That was one of the reasons why I never took it.
Hey,
I thought,
listen,
that
I'm used to
A1's
getting
not getting
taxis
up
home
there.
from the training ground.
And I
I'd be fine.
thought maybe that's stepping over the line because we know how tight he is. He doesn't want to get an Uber back to Nantwich or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, right, I won't do that. So I thought, next best thing. He's come in his clothes and he's looking all right today, as you can see, but we all know what Bill's clothes are like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He wears
2 items of clothes.
Black t-shirts that
Faded.
look like they're grey t-shirts. You know what I mean? So I've took his clothes back to Glasgow with me that he's wore into training. So he's having to leave now, and his training kit that he's just wore training. I took it up, and I don't think you clicked that I took your clothes up with you. You were like,
Well,
"Where's
no,
my clothes?"
I was
doing
in
a
the
gym
dressing
session.
room. I was in the dressing room when you
Yeah,
came
no,
back.
yeah, but-
we were looking.
Yeah, but you weren't.
I was there.
You weren't.
I was in the dressing room.
You weren't, because this is why I got so touchy about it. Because I think, obviously, I used to do gym sessions on a Friday,
Yes.
and then I used to get the weekend
So
off.
Billy wasn't in the squad, so
Yeah.
the Friday gym sessions were getting to him because it was like, right, Bill, come on, you've got to go up to the gym while the boys are all getting ready to travel to go to the
Yeah,
game.
I remember.
He's having to go upstairs, so he's upstairs not in a mood because he was never in a mood, but you could just tell it was starting to kind of grind on him.
Yeah.
So I then took his clothes while he's up in the gym. So he's came down from the gym all sweaty and all that, and
All the lads are gone, and there's no
everyone's gone.
gear.
He's on his own.
Yeah.
He's fuming. Ewan's probably gone.
we were on the coach. We were going to meet we were
Yeah.
on the coach
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you were
yeah.
driving up to the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's I remember it, yeah, and we were all ringing you,
So-
saying, have you took his clothes?
My 10-year-old little boy is probably about the same height as Bill. Right, so I thought this is perfect. You were doing Movember.
Yeah.
He was doing Movember.
This
So
is
he had a
class.
tash and that, right? So I've done my wee man. My wee man's got a bit about him, so I'm like, please do this for me. Right? And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, please, just stick these clothes on. Even my little man looked at the clothes and was like, I'm not wearing that. And I'm like,
As long as
no,
it didn't smell them.
no, yeah, exactly, yeah. He's like, these been, actually, my missus ended up washing the clothes.
80-degree wash.
Washing the clothes, aye. So I'm like to my little man, please just put these on. He's like, right, and I says, let me just draw a moustache on you, please. He's 10 years old and he's like, Dad. So I've drew a little moustache. I've made him speak like Bill and everything. I've videoed him.
And then fired it into the
I've
chat.
fired it into the group chat without saying, I've not even spoke to Bill about
Nah,
this. I didn't
he'd
even
been
tell them.
plying my calls all
He
afternoon.
was ringing me the whole way. I'm driving up to Glasgow and my phone's going constant. I'm just like ignoring him.
Every time he ignored me as well.
It was, yeah, his stress levels are going through the roof. Do you know he never spoke to me properly for about a month?
Nah, can I just say, obviously it came to a head that day mentally, and I love like banter. I did spit my dummy out that day.
Spat
I think
out.
it like just all got to me. But when I used to do people's gear, I never used to let it leave the training ground. So obviously I've come down, and Fads was still there, and I'm like, Fads, where's my gear? So I'm sat ringing all the boys like, where's my gear? Where's my gear? And Fads has gone. Not saying anything, Bill, but I think they could be up on the way up to Scotland. That's why I'm like, nah, I'm ringing you, fuming. I'm ringing him, he's not answering. I get home and I'm seething.
What did you wear home? What did you wear home?
My training kit.
Do you know it got to the point where his message actually said, I think you've took this a bit
No,
too far.
so
Bill."
then I was fuming at her. So she, like,
She took my side.
she was like,
took my side.
Bill. I mean, I was like, no, Sarah. I'd never take anybody's
Yeah, I
training
remember him
like,
saying that all the
outside.
time. I would
Oh,
I'd never
do
let it leave the training ground. So then,
It's not
I
that
think
bad.
I think me and her.
It ruined his weekend.
No,
basically.
so we went to the pub and I had like a couple pints, and then this
video
video
came through.
of Fletcher's boy gets thrown into the chat, and I started laughing, and then I looked at my missus and I went, I overreacted here, haven't I? And she was like, massively, thank goodness. Thank
like,
goodness
"Points
you
to
So
He's-
he's 8 pints deep and he's like, yeah, I overreacted. yeah.
that's actually class banter.
we,
isn't
we
it?
hugged it out. Didn't
Yeah,
we
we did,
hugged
yeah.
it out.
What,
But
a
I
month,
was-
a month later.
No, I was a baby. I was a
Yeah.
baby that
So
day.
me and Bill have like a once a year we play golf with each other.
Yeah,
so it's
only
coming
ever
up to
once
that
a
time.
year. It is,
innit?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
up to that time. Yeah. So that kind of helped us. We went and had a little round of golf, an
Yeah.
annual round of golf, and then I beat him as usual, and
Yeah.
he shot about 25 over, and we were all good, weren't we?
Take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Take
all
that,
good.
yeah.
Broke 100. Was that a bit?
I'll tell you who's definitely not over it. Barney.
Yeah.
Ryan Barnett, a.k.a. Drives. I don't know if you remember when we used to drive from the ground to Colliers.
Yeah.
We had our little car school, didn't we?
Yeah.
Can you remember what we did for a good 3 weeks?
Yeah, we
Month?
just basically said that neither of us had our cars.
That was a classic for everyone. Used to do, didn't they?
I didn't drive in,
Sorry.
and you went the whole time. I think both of us did. This is when I'd signed. I think we went the whole of the season, and neither one of us ever drove the boys into training.
Because you used to car school from where
Yeah,
you were living at
Nantwich,
the time.
yeah.
Was there a few years or was it just used to?
So
Just us two.
we'd say like we
Boily
jumped,
sometimes.
in with L or
Yeah.
El used to like driving it. He used to like being on his own
Yeah, he
schedule,
did,
didn't he?
Marco was the same, wasn't he?
Yeah, because my car was broken for a little bit, and El was having to pick me up.
That's
and
a good
my
excuse
word,
because
I
that
still
car
owe him a kidney.
Dead look
for-
broken.
Yeah,
So you can get away with that.
It's died now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got a new one.
and we'd hide the cars, wouldn't we? We'd hide them.
Hide them, yeah.
And then we'd go, drop them at the outside that garage just over there, and we'd be like, oh, yeah, it's in the garage. But
That's
it wasn't.
why
We'd just
used
leave it
to
there.
have got that. Like everyone thinks you to a tightest cramp. You know that? That's why, yeah. Because you do things like this and you think it's funny, but really you just don't want to waste petrol money.
It's
shocking.
Barney, you're gonna have to drive, mate, because Toze car's in the garage.
Nice
and
little
obviously
Mercedes
took us in,
Barney as
yeah.
well,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was nice.
comfy
It was
and
a
that,
nice driver,
He-
actually.
it was, yeah.
That's
I
why
would
he
say his
drives.
car was always clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a nice
Like
little-
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
clean now, isn't it?
Like mine now, yeah. And it's just been
His
validated.
car's the dirtiest car I've ever
Oh,
been in.
don't,
Old one,
honestly.
old one.
The old one was there was some stains in that were suspect.
Oh, it was when
Okay.
Boyle sat in my car once, Will Boyle, and he got in and he sat on something and he went, "What is that?" And I've gone, I had a Dairy Dunker before and I think all the cheese bit fell out. How bad's
that?
that?
Must have
Oh, it's
stunk.
awful.
Oh.
No, I did say, sorry, that's
Yeah,
awful,
yeah,
mate.
sorry.
How has he not smelt that before he got in the car?
Especially
you
Boyle
did-
as well.
Yeah.
We can smell what he's having for dinner next week.
So when your time come up to leaving Wrexham,
Yeah.
what happened? How did it come about?
Well, obviously, when you boys had got promoted to League One, I'd read the script. I knew that I'd probably be leaving. But you always have at the back of your head, you never know in football. So I came back in that pre-season, just again looking to be fit, and the gaffer just sort of said, have you got anything club-wise? So, I mean, it was pretty clear from the start, which you'd much rather as a player, wouldn't you? You want to know where you stand. So it's just about sorting it out, wage-wise in terms of loan contributions, things like that. But the gaffer said, look, you can come to America if you want, but I'm probably not going to be able to get you any minutes, so it's up to you if you want to come. And I sort of said, well, what does it look like if I don't? Will I be with the youth team or what? And he said, no, I wouldn't do that to you. It's just keeping yourself ticking at home. So, I mean, I was thinking, well, 2 weeks off, I mean, I could get away again, But then the opportunity, the experience that you
It was
have,
good,
all the
wasn't it?
boys were like, you've got to come. And that's why the dressing room was so good,
Yeah.
because had it not been for the boys saying, you've got to come, I probably wouldn't have.
Some of the best times were they bus journeys to training and that, weren't they?
Yeah.
Up the back of the bus,
Oh,
getting the music
brilliant.
on.
That's so good. So, obviously I went on loan to Halifax, and then obviously last January, Oldham came in and offered a 18-month deal, so it was a no-brainer really. But like I said, it was sad to leave, but where I'd obviously been on loan from to Halifax, it's not like I'd been back in, but class club to be a part of.
It's tough to leave, isn't it?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think you can see that from I mean, especially when I was younger, if I wasn't playing, it was like, get me out.
Yeah.
I want to leave. I mean, here, it was just so nice coming in every day, wasn't it? That,
It was.
it was like, it was a nice place to come into every day. And that's credit to everybody at the club, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean,
Would you change anything or?
I mean, wouldn't mind a few more minutes out on the pitch, but
Probably wouldn't vote on my box either, would you?
yeah, no. By the way, can I just say, forgot to say this, that was L. I promise you,
I'll
that
get
was
him back,
L.
don't worry, I'll get him
But
back.
Elle was
Still
like,
get him
stop
back.
saying it was me. And I was like, but it was you. And he'd be like, no, but I think he's fuming. But no, nothing I changed, no. I mean, it was definitely the right decision to come, and the experiences I've had through it. I mean, that's the thing. I know that I didn't contribute much on the pitch, but I mean, I had a class time and just trying to be, a good lad in and around it. So, yeah.
Right, I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of myself and then Fletch?
So with you at Cheltenham, I remember thinking quite a daddy figure, quite firm. But I liked you. But I mean, I've got a funny story about you. I remember
Trading.
we were training, right, and we were doing this possession,
Mhm.
and he was having one,
Right.
and I was actually doing quite well because I'm usually not great in possession.
Yeah. You're
So
all right.
I was actually doing well, and then you know what he's like. He's barking at the back, probably taking it out on everybody else when actually he's the problem.
Right. Never.
So I think I gave the ball away just before the whistle went for the drinks break. So like we're walking off the pitch to get a drink. He's come up to me and give me a little nudge and went, "Me and you must have had a good weekend."
Trying to bring you down with him.
So I've gone, "What?" And he went, "How bad were we in that?" I've gone, "Me, you were terrible. I was actually decent."
I get the ball in.
I give it away once. Well, it didn't come across that way. So
you know he doesn't take things well.
No,
he doesn't take things well.
I'm going to come across like I can't take banter. So yeah, but no, I really liked you. And Fletch, first impression. I just thought, take my spot. Don't like you.
So,
No, I loved you from minute one, to be fair, because you just came in, you were just yourself, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because I think it's interesting when you've got, especially with Wrexham, when you had lads who'd been there, done it in the Prem, and you don't know how they're going to be character-wise, ego-wise, but you just slide straight in and you're just class.
You did make it easy for me, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think it's credit to you as well, isn't it? And yeah, maybe credit to the boys, because that's what I mean. Everybody came in and was just welcomed from the offset, really. So, but yeah, good times.
Yeah, wicked. Fletch, cheers, mate. Thanks
No,
for
top man.
coming and being my stand-in for Foz.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Might get the gig a bit more often.
I know, yeah. Maybe have to be 3 of us now.
Right, cheers, guys. Thanks.
Nice one.
Top
Thank you
man.
very much.
Thank you.